clips. And it's like, well, you've got to run now. It's just... I think it is. I think it's fine. I don't think they have the greatest counters towards his hero. Head over to the game and see exactly how this one's going to pan out. 5-on-5 smoke to get things started. I mean, speaking of that safe lane of Team Spirit, the level 3 timings are extremely strong, I'd argue. Like with the level 2 Purifying Flames, level 2 Blood Rite, or even just the 1-1-1 build if you really wanted to. And the level 3 timing, I think in particular, is what's going to be really strong of the safe lane of Team Spirit. I'd probably say a similar thing for Quest, but not as much. Just more so that the Undying's really strong at level 2. I'll see how it all pans out. I mean, I don't think they're too concerned on Quest's end of trying to find kills in that safe lane. Just allow TA2000 the space he wants on the Luna. But all you've got to do is this Undying. Level 2 is still pretty damn strong though.
Certainly is. Again, it's just down to mana management for Kaori. And whether or not Mira's just going to try to annoy him with the mana drain. And that's where things maybe go a little bit awkward. But as long as you pop your spells and have enough for Tombstone, should be pretty fine for Kaori into that level 2, level 3 mark. Not too much action off the back of that smoke, but they are still clumping up here.
They are. They're going to go for a fight. You don't really want to fight level 1 into an Undying, but to be fair, Kaori has not stolen his strength yet. There you go. He's going to double decay. Big scatter blast out from Noob. They're going to try after Kaori. He is dropping low now. Maybe they can get him. But Kaori, oh, he's gone. Just barely. Maposhka gets the final hit. First Blood will go his way on the Oracle.
Yeah, that does give information of that ward. No one should have had vision for that right click coming out onto Kaori, so they're going to get an easy D-ward down the line, but overall, a pretty nice start coming out from Team Spirit, securing the runes they'd want. Well, securing no runes for the First Blood, but you do get First Blood, at least. Not the biggest here to find it on. It's still a launching point, I suppose, with some early farm up. Taking a look at that bot lane, though, you do have, again, Malik on that Mars with Omar on the Mirana. Not the usual time that it's not too common nowadays to see that combination, and the early levels again for a Bloodseeker and an Oracle pretty oppressive if you're not careful.
Omar finally skills the leap up just to get away. Really didn't want it at level 1, but does decide better off it than just giving a kill back the way of Maposhka and of course your Toro. Another nice Fortune's End into the Blood Rite. It's a big combination. Again, level 2, level 3 in particular is going to be where this safe lane duo of Team Spirit feels extremely potent. Level 3 more so, of course, with the level 2 Purifying Flames. So we'll have a look at the side lanes while we can. Up the side lane, Kaori dropping very, very low. Collapse having a great old time so far. Moving in for another Whirling Death and does get the kill. There's one of the things with Undying versus Timbersaw. Is Collapse with that Whirling Death, he does deal a hell of a lot of damage. Especially against a strength core like, or strength support like Undying.
He can get ripped apart really early on. Already off to a pretty rough start for Quest. 2 kills going the way of Team Spirit from the lanes. Top lane not going too smooth for TA2000 to just farm up in. But again, this is to be expected with this kind of draft. You still have this level 2 spike for Kaori to play with. But the early kills does mean that you're scaling up a lot slower than the side of Team Spirit would be. Mira can always opt for something like the mana drain if he feels like the additional control is not really worthwhile. Down bot, we're still seeing Chase across. And Maposhka can threaten now with his combination, and they've been doing a great job of using that Blood Rite just to zone out. Not the comfiest of times for Malik in this game. Still finding some decent CS, but not really stopping Yator here. The mid lane's been a little bit more back and forth. A lot of harassment coming out onto Noob and Laurel. Laurel managing to keep up against the Snapfire, but Noob is starting to overwhelm. And Snap has an easier time managing the lane as this range core with lots of nuking potential. Still has to respect the output when Laurel does decide to commit with a shield crash, but not going to be major kill threats until we start to approach at level 6 or a rotation early on say the 4 or 6 minute rune here.
The bottom lane, they are still going at it. Slow down just a little bit. Omar and Maposhka were just trading so much harassment. No points in the arrow yet, of course, going for the Starfall level 2. Toro, just free farming on the Bloodseeker, which is very different to what happened last game. Malik, gonna cop another Blood Rite here with the Fortune's End setup, but they don't have quite enough to try and secure a kill onto Malik. In fact, they heal him up just a little bit with that Purifying Flames. He doesn't actually mind the interaction too much there with Team Spirit. Top lane. And Kaori just understands he can't really deal with Collapse at the moment, so just leaves the Timbersaw alone. As long as TA2000's hitting creeps, he'll be happy. Just try to meet the creep wave in the middle, and Carry's just trying to pull it away. And Collapse will get it though. Just managed to make the meet and takes all the creeps for himself. Very, very nice. 2-0 so far. That Quest have kind of resigned themselves to just trying to even out the lanes a little bit, because Team Spirit, at least for now, they're looking like a very different team during this laning stage.
They just have stronger lanes to start with. Better presence out from the supports. Much more trade potential early on. Even Noob down mid is... Again, he's having a good time in terms of CS, but the harassment from Laurel is still consistent. It's not the comfort, although level 5 is up.
Mid lane.
It's gonna be a faster 6 for Noob as well. Without the roll, once you commit Swash on Laurel, it's gonna feel pretty awkward. And he's forced to walk back to base. No one dying, no TPs for the bottle refill. So it's him this time that has to make that back and forth journey to the base before coming back mid. And that's gonna give that early 6 here.
Yeah, it's a pretty big loss here for our mid lane of Team Spirit. Lol. This is a very different to what happened last game to boot, right? Like, he was ahead in XP by 2 levels at this stage. This time around, he's not so much. He's going to fall behind in XP, and we know with the Snapfire, like, you hit that earlier level 6 timing, it's just so easy to set up a kill for yourself. You just land that cookie, and the kisses will follow. We'll have to watch his back. As bottom lane, speaking of watching himself, Omar getting caught by the Fortune's End will leap out of the Blood Right, but doesn't have any more charges. Yatoro will be able to eventually take him out with the Bloodseeker. That'll be the first kill for Yatoro this game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Already off the decent start in the Bloodseeker again. Not getting contested too hard by Malik. Having a lot of room to just farm up. And great space creation and great harassment coming out from Mapashka overall. And this early start for Spirit is starting to ramp up.
That may have been in a spot of danger, but Carry... Okay, at least for now, but Collapse is starting to move in. Still go for the fight as the Undying. Does have the Lotus and some stick charges up, so feeling confident. Meanwhile, middle lane, bit of a group up here from Noob and Omar. Omar still no points in the arrow though, but has a skill point that hasn't been used yet. So he could go for the arrow if he really wants it. We'll hold out for now. We'll be able to help secure the power rune here for Noob, and that's about all he wanted. Noob immediately off the back of that, he's level 6, he wants to go top lane. See if he can find this Timber Saw. With the kisses up, it's not too hard to get this done, but keep in mind, Collapse does have the level 1 chains up. So it could be a little bit challenging, but he does get the cookie in. Scatterblast will follow. Collapse, he's going to try and chain away, but there's the kisses to come. Noob just patiently waiting for it. And a perfect rotation here from our mid-Snapfire.
Recognizing that opportunity elsewhere. Understanding that pinning down Laurel not going to be as easy with a Rolling Thunder, just very close when they're trying to line up.
Yatoro's going to be very careful. Malik has the stick charges and the Lotus if he needs the Spear of Mars, though now Malik going to cop the Blood Right himself. Be alright to survive, does use those 1 charges in the end. Still could try for Yatoro if he really wants to, but Maposhka is right behind him with the Fate's Edict. It won't be enough anyway. Yatoro just proving to be a little bit too tanky. We'll rush in after Malik. Gonna be okay as Kaori topside. Trying to go after Mirror. Gets stunned up and does go down. Didn't have the decay in time to try and secure the kill. Nice little attempt there from Kaori, but doesn't really end up panning up.
Pretty good bait coming out from Mira. Just dragging that Undying all the way back while reinforcements come in. It's a lot of time expended by the cores though for a support kill. And you end up with an even Wisdom Rune trade anyway, with Omar keeping their own here on Quest. Yeah, not the biggest losses for Quest, but some small wins coming out from Spirit early on. The lane's starting to get in favor of Quest though. Like the CS coming out for TA2000 is pretty scary. It's going to be a Luna with some early timings into Bormid Mask. And he hasn't gone into the Glaives, going for a mix with a Lunar Blessing and a Lucent Beam instead.
Mid lane, the arrow setup is there thanks to the cookie, and lol, he can't get away. Rolling Thunder in time. This game around, Quest rotating supports in constantly, and it does pay off immediately as Lal will go down. Lal stuck at level 6. Noob about to hit level 8 on the snap.
Yeah, this is overwhelming from the mid. Noob already has that full Atos up, has a lot of right-click flying out, has self-setup. Heck, some respectable setup for the arrow to fly through now with Cookie and the Atos. They're stealing the stacks here on Quest just with Kaori and the Tombstone.
He can commit the kisses for this if he really wants to, but it doesn't feel like he needs it. Yeah, the tombstone's going to prove to be more than enough. A lot of gold going their ways. Maposhka will go down at bottom lane. Omar able to take that one, but I think the stacks are just more important. I mean, maybe they can't stick around for the Ancients. I guess there's that. Kaori, his tombstone is going to expire. Noob might just stick around, try to get it done anyway. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Omar gonna see Mira, but does just leap away towards the bounty rune. Should be able to secure that just fine, as Mira is still chasing, but not gonna be able to get there. Top lane, Collapse, being hunted by TA 2000. No Eclipse up, but doesn't need it because he's got two heroes coming in from the side. Noob does have the kisses up to try and take Collapse down another time. Collapse going right into the corner, gonna try for a TP play out, but TA 2000 is gonna see him in time. Collapse still trying to mess around, but the Rod of Atos is there from Noob, and no kisses are even necessary. Just holds out. Into the mid lane he goes, ready to defend the tier 1 mid tower. Again, another rotation from the mid snap, just working perfectly.
And the understanding here from Quest is quite good. The scan was there early to allow a little bit of an escape for Collapse, but he's forced to run up top, and this build from TA2000, going for the Lunar Blessing Max. The vision is pretty good as they go for the kisses.
Mid lane, lol. Oh, maybe he gets out. It looks like he's gonna. Noob, now the one in danger, has to try and fight back, but he is surely down as he is healing up. He's surviving longer than you would expect, but not long enough. Yatoro even feeling the need to rotate to ensure his mid laner doesn't die another time. They will see Omar. Omar will leave the building eventually.
The stacks are still going.
Oh, but they are. Stacks again being taken. Ancient's getting low. Kaori about to drop to Collapse, but he is making a run for it. Does turn for another decay on the Ancient stack. Kaori buying even more time for himself. Will finally go down. They actually end up beating quite a bit of gold back the way of Team Spirit. Gets the Tombstone gold on Yatoro. Gets the Ancients. I don't know if you call that a win for Quest. It seems like Team Spirit are probably more than happy with that.
That they are. And they had some good wards to protect that high ground anyway. The triangle area was under vision. TA2000 trying to clear out stacks without any glaives was maybe a little bit too optimistic. He has the value point up now. So if they just waited for one more level, they would have had that pretty cleanly, but there's more time for Team Spirit. They're going for the smoke play out. They've got the roll ready on Laurel here.
Wait, I mean, smoke is there. Move in. They've got the Fortune Send. Mars, surely no way out, and he is down. Lyle, you're very happy to be a part of that one. Bit of gold to go his way on the Pangolier. Best. Seems like they've seen enough. Go back out of that bottom lane. No interest in that area anymore. The Team Spirit, they are grouped up as 4 down at this bottom side of the map, though, so they could think about infiltrating that dire triangle. Pings were coming out from their end of things, but it seems like they're going to think better of. 12-minute power rune instead is more important as Noob gets caught. Mira does steal the shield rune away. Arrow's going to connect, but now Noob, he's taking so much damage, and he is gone. Malik unable to help in time. Great kill for Team Spirit. Lal will take that one. A bit of revenge onto the mid Snapfire. And now Spirit, they want to keep going for more. They want that mid tier 1 tower, and they may just have it. Malik sticking around. He's going to get rooted by the Fortune's End, but here comes Quest. They want to try and protect. Tombstone was dropped preemptively, but it is going to force the side of Team Spirit away.
Buys him some time. Still a pretty big kill for Spirit to find onto Noob. That is the one big scaling core that you have to worry about. The Luna, it's much more tempo. And it's really the Snapfire getting off into the travels, into some like a Sanj Kaya early on that can start to feel oppressive, or the Gleipnir. They're parking the right heroes here on the side of Team Spirit, giving Collapse a lot of space to try to catch up on this Timbersaw as well. And starting to play around with some of these early spikes. Like they do have a lot of output with just line 6 every time fingers off, and they'll just recommit. Quest just back off, and mid's just gone anyway.
That it certainly is. There is a Hex out from Mira. Not going to amount to much. Mira just messing around here with Kaori. Bottom lane, however. Malik? No, the TP's cancelled.
Radiant are scanning.
No TP coming in to help Malik out. Malik could have thought about setting up maybe with a spear, but didn't have the arena anyway. Been a bit of a tough setup. Spirit moving around. Should have seen Cowrie rather warding in that area. Cowrie going to go for a run, but they are going to surround the Undying. Could be a very easy pick-off for them, but he does get the Tombstone Flesh Golem in time, so he's actually surviving through all of this. Even the Purifying Flames healing him up, and he's not going to die. Cowrie's alright. Collapse? I can't say the same for him top lane. Collapse is in huge danger. Meanwhile, Omar, on the high ground, will finally go down. But they lose the Timber in the off lane. While Cowrie is still chasing Miposhka. Will not find him. Now Cowrie in a bit of danger, but has all the vision in the world to play with. Will go for a run towards the west of the map. Gets purged up by Lal. Surely can't make it out of this. He does have a TP. We'll see the Fortune's End committed, but it's too late. Does go down to the damage of Law.
Malik here is committed now.
In bottom lane, Port, or hero rotating. They don't even need it. The finger will be enough from Mirror. No messing around from this line.
Top tower is under attack.
They're starting to ramp up in the punishment here for Team Spirit. It is arguably space being created here for Quest. Ton of room coming out here for TA2000 to scale up on Luna. And some room for Noob as well to start to hit into these power spikes, just rushing into DKD now on that Snapfire. Still ways off until you hit that power spike on the Snap at the level 20. Still got a lot of output with your magic damage, with the kisses, and a well-lined up fight. We just haven't seen that wombo combo yet from Quest. Not until Malik has his blink for some easier arena setups is, I think, the timing we're waiting for the big kisses arena combos. And Team Spirit have been dancing around them up until that point. It's going to take a lot longer for those items to be up, with a BKB being queued up first by Malik.
Bottom lane, they're looking at the Timber, but it's only Omar and Malik.
Cowrie?
Mid lane, he's just going to drop. Cowrie getting caught again, drops another Tombstone. Noob is going to be around to try and force a fight. Arrow actually connects on Lal. He never got the Tombstone down. The Tombstone is just still standing there. Lal is getting chased by a billion zombies at the moment. I say a billion, it was 2, John. A bit less than a billion. Nevertheless, I guess you deny the Tombstone gold away. But they do lose their Undying.
Yeah. Just playing a little bit far forward, trying to get some farm and EXP here, Cowrie is. It is, again, arguably some space coming out. You managed to clear out bot with no deny coming out from Collapse, and they could try for the play blink up on Malik.
Arena is also available, they just need a bit of vision. Noob's gonna find him, does go for the rod of Atos. They may not even need the arena, they just need the kisses with the spear set up, and the arrow to follow up just in case. Beautifully played by Quest.
Just
12 to 6, John. I mean, it's buying plenty of time for the Luna to just farm.
And it is. BKB being worked on by TA2000 into the Silver Edge, so nothing too crazy in terms of build-up here. Into the Roche they go. They do have output with a maxed out Lunar Blessing, with an Undying around. Roshan doesn't take too long to melt. Even Noob's around as well with his own right blood being quite amplified by that Lunar Blessing. And we'll go for the move. Team Spirit, no wards up top, no vision to really sense that play. They are taking control of their bot area once more, but Aegis is going to be massive for them. Yator is around the area. He does have his BKB, but he's not looking to scout, and they might be able to find a nice kill on him first.
Roshan, I mean, they're going to try and get there, it seems. Yatoro, though, not realizing, gets caught out. Top lane, he's down. Now they'll realize Roshan was happening the whole time. Mirror is around the corner on the line. Has the blink up, but just can't really get within range to blink in. Roshan freely being given the way of TA2000. Even with the Bloodseeker kill on top, it just even better now for Quest as they're looking towards Lal, but they miss the spear. Lal should be able to Rolling Thunder away, but oh, he doesn't go for it!
Oh, man.
I thought he was mid-animation!
He cancelled. I think he didn't expect the movement out from Quest to mass TP for that kill.
Oh.
The Atos comes in. After Roche clears, they expect maybe movement up top, commitment onto the tier 1. So Laurel feels confident, but does get punished for that greed and trying to hold out in the ult usage. And now Quest bounce back. They've got control. They've got the 3k lead. They're scaling in. Yatoro still needs more.
What of Atos out, TA2000, Yatoro, he's BKB'd up, the false promise, it's gonna buy a bit of time, maybe he can just heal through this. They've got the Hex out on TA2000, they could be able to get this done. TA, he'll survive another day, he'll keep the chase on Yatoro, but eventually has to retreat, because Collapse is incoming. The Moonlight is gonna allow them to get out safely though. They'll deal with the Tombstone instead. But Yatoro, he does get the mid-snap fire, does survive through the onslaught, and he'll be very satisfied with that.
It's pretty big BKB usage coming out from him. First charge, 9 seconds to survive through the entire eclipse coming out from TA2000. And his right-click damage isn't quite enough to tear through something like the Bloodseeker here. Again, that combination with False Promise means that one kill and you're back to full HP on the Bloodseeker in this kind of game as they're chasing for more.
Omar, only one left behind. He has one more lead charge with a mech to go. And they're not going to find him anyway. So TA2000 was there to back him up with the Aegis up just in case he needed it. He probably wouldn't want to do so into 4 heroes anyway, but... Well, meanwhile, Noob in the mid lane just taking the T1 towers. Just casually walks in. Little Shredder gets that done. Still a 3k advantage towards Quest. Props to Yatoro. He has kept up in net worth quite nicely with the Luna. Only about 1k behind TA2000 at the moment. Not too bad at all. Group up top lane though, Quest. So they want to try and move in. They're going to see Mira first. Mira immediately jump at a nice Hex out into the Earth Spike and ensure they can't keep the chase up. Yatoro in the meantime also surviving Noob's onslaught as they do move out. Mudright was placed, silencing up the Snapfire, not allowing the kisses to come in as now Kaori is stuck in the stairwell, but Lal does not want to move in. He will immediately retreat away from that Tombstone. The chase is on. Malik still trying to find a nice arena. Lands a spear onto Mira, into the kisses, but no defeat edict. It is going to protect the Lion just for another day. Quest are trying to retreat, but they've left TA2000. They've left their Luna. He's going to lose the Aegis. That's one life down. Can they protect the second? Malik will jump in, finding Mira for Poshka. He's going to cop the arrow. He at least got the false promise in time, but he's taking way too much damage. Yatoro, in the meantime, needs to get out of there. Looks like he's going to be safe for now. Mira has brought back, will try to save, does barely survive. Holy Mira, I think it was like 40 HP he survived on. Couldn't have been an immediate dieback for him if he wasn't too careful. They'll survive, only losing the Oracle.
You lose both supports on the side of Team Spirit, all things considered. Not the worst outcome here, although...
Yatoro, I mean, not the worst outcome. Hold that thought, John, because it may just be the worst outcome.
Okay.
Noob,
oh, man.
He'll get the tips with the Rod of Atos set up into the arrow of Omar. That's a big one.
That is a massive one to give away. Noob. And we're starting to reach the point where level 20 is coming closer and closer here for Noob. His right click damage is going to scale up. No big steroid on hand, but can always just switch out an item build into maybe a casual Silver Edge if they feel the need for it. They want to prioritize something else for TA2000, although he is still going for the Silver Edge himself. Multiple Silver Edges wouldn't hurt in this game anyway. You did want that coming out for Quest. 13-11. Team Spirit, they've been showing a lot more fight, but Quest have still managed to equalize. 7k lead standing for themselves here. The scaling coming out from Spirit is looking a lot smoother. Mjolnir not too far off for Yatoro into the Ags. And let me tell you, the Ags with Oracle, that is going to be a very interesting interaction. Like, because your HP's on hold. If you technically heal during the HP hold, does your barrier recover? That I've never seen, so I'm really curious to find out once the Ags is up.
We'll find out. I wonder if the Ags comes out on Maposhka for once. I mean, I want to see this Oracle
I would
Ags
love
in
that.
I want to see it in action.
I
remember every caster says the same thing. In theory, it's broken, but nobody's bought it yet. Yatoro, mid lane, he is getting very aggressive on his own. Malik decided not to pop the BKB to go for the Arena Spear combo. To be fair, Yatoro had his own BKB anyway, so it may not have worked out. Yatoro feeling a bit confident in the mid lane, not getting punished though. But he's alright.
Ops Rupture, not the longest cooldown in the world. I will say, I have seen the Oracle Ags. Again, this is down to my one friend who tells me to run these crazy combos when we play Turbo. And I was playing Alchemist, but let me tell you,
Yeah.
it feels pretty damn good on an Alph. Now, not something you'd expect ever in a normal game, but if you can get that done, that BAT decrease is just an insane buff. Like,
Are scanning.
it's so insane. This is basically a balance change patch in an Ags.
Yeah. Except nobody buys, sadly. Mirror. Top lane. Gonna be okay. Actually missing the earth. Oh, a nice finger. At least commits the finger to cancel the TP, but is gonna go down. The thing is, none of that was necessary from the Lion. Now bottom lane, Lal's being watched by Noob. Tookie's gonna be there to set up. Noob's got the helping coming from Malik. From the north is Malik. Gonna jump in for the spear now, and Lal, oh boy. Swashbuckle on the spot is not gonna help his cause.
I appreciate that play, but that actually helps Quest. With a TP cancel, Noob sees that opportunity down south. And that's a bigger kill. He gets level 17
Gary
now.
grabs himself into his own tombstone, barely surviving Yatoro's damage output, as now the zombies will chase Yatoro down. He's gonna be okay. Gary, yeah, you need to commit a tombstone to survive that, but he's got the level 10 talent for the minus 15 seconds. Pretty short duration rather cooldown tombstone now.
I like this build on Kaori as well. He went for the blink just to get the blink tombstone and tomb.
I love it.
Just to save.
Why the hell not? What do you really need on an Undying? That's the item. Like, it's always a question of item builds when it comes to this hero. He's one of those heroes that can literally build anything, and it may just seem viable.
Would you like a Radiance in Dying, Mike?
No.
How about you said anything's viable. Divine
It
Rapier
is.
in Dying?
No.
Viable? Okay.
I
So
mean,
not
it's
everything.
viable. He could build it. I didn't say I liked it.
Alright, I'll appreciate that. But yeah, just blink and using the shard. I think that is a very cool thing from Kaori. I much appreciate that. Not something we've seen too much of. But it is forward thinking from Quest. But man, even if you stall this game out in Team Spirit, your scaling, it is strong. You can never count out an Oracle and Bloodseeker and the Timbersaw up front with his own scaling on hand. But you do start to worry. You know, this Luna, sure, it's a little bit more of a tempo hero, but it does still scale pretty nice. You've always got the Divine Rapier to fall back to if things feel a bit southbound here for TA2000. You've always got your Snapfire to always consider here as well.
Yatoro's baiting right now, top lane. This team right behind him. Malik, do not show yourself. Does go in, trying to go after Maposhka. There's 4 heroes around. They're trying to burst down Malik. He's just so tanky. Malik survives through it, takes down Maposhka. He's onto Mirror now. Excuse me? Onto Collapse, they'll find another with a great arrow from Omar. Oh my goodness, Quest, come on now. Yatoro, he's forced
What
to
is
BKB,
this?
but he's gone. Malik, that's enough. He'll keep going. He wants a bit more. Collapse will cop the false promise here from Aposhka. The buybacks are there. They'll try to buy back, but Malik's got an ultra kill. Looking for a rampage. He will not land the spear, but he's going after Collapse. Almost has it. Collapse, he'll run away. Malik, about to drop, finally goes down. Collapse, though, in the end, he is going to drop to the Starfall as they move in again with the Eclipse, but the Ancients are taking all the damage. What? What kind of fight is this? Malik lost his mind, Jonathan. Malik just said, screw it, I'll do it my damn self.
Has fallen.
That he does. He's got the Deso up in the Mars. Gets a lot of value from his damage output there. They instantly burst out. It's a 5 for 5. And with the dieback on your Oracle, that is a 5 for 5 in the end. Let's come out on top. A little bit better for Team Spirit. A lot of gold coming out there for Laurel. And they're going to be able to try to secure Roshan for themselves. Quest maybe diving a bit too far forward into that chase on the left side of the map. Does get punished for it. A lot of small plays coming out there. The instant Tombstone Entombment from Kaori once the Rupture was committed onto the Luna. Just cutting off any gains for Yatoro, cutting off any way for him to build up with Thirst in the middle of these fights. Still not enough with how far Quest do commit. And again, Roche opening up for Team Spirit. Quest, and they are respawning. It's not the fastest Roche in the world, but they're not making themselves up to that area. It should be a freebie for Team Spirit and should start to equalize a little bit more. They are still at the deficit, but they can bring that fight back. As long as your supports don't get instant nuke down, and you can play with that false promise. Quest have to be a little bit cautious with a really prolonged fight here.
Oh, what a game we have on our hands now. 10k advantage the way of Quest, but there's an Aegis up on Lal, thanks to... Shout out to Lal, of course, for making that team fight kind of turn back the other way, allowing them the Aegis now, and... Well, here we go. We've got a game on our hands, Jonathan. 61% chance of Quest winning, make that 57% chance now, according to Gameit himself. They're going to move into the North Team Spirit.
Oh, but at level 20, he's inching closer and closer for Noob. He's going for the Daedalus into Satanic.
Let's see if it works out. Off lane, we might need to see that level 20 earlier, John, because the Tier 2 tower now under siege from Yatoro. It will be forced. Actually, one creep wave away from level 20 here on the Snapfire.
There it is.
He's got it now. There you go. This could be scary. This could be very scary. Omar, he's baited Mirror forward. Problem is he needs some help if it's really going to be a bait. He does go down. Yatoro, getting Rod of tossed up, loses half his HP to one little shredder. That's just with the Chrysalis. Had it been a Daedalus, maybe he would have gotten a bit more. Still very scary though, half your HP being removed like that, just casually.
Yeah. Very balanced. Nice to see it coming out here. Just need that big crit, Noob.
Oh, mid lane. Noob?
Oh.
What are you doing there, sir? Noob! Excuse me? You'll just go down. Lal will hand over the tip. Thank you very much, Noob, he says.
TPing mid just to clear out, trying to get some farm. Maybe expecting everyone to still hang up top. Now Malik, all alone here.
Malik, he's going to try and survive this, but Collapse is on the chase. Poshka right behind him. Collapse trying to keep the vision up for a Fortune's End. We'll eventually get there, so Poshka should be able to go for the Fortune's End now and does get it. Malik can't play his way out of this one, I don't think. Should be going down, and he will. But Poshka will take the kill. And now Collapse has enough gold for a full Ethereal Blade, apparently. Mid. Lal's gone.
What?
Does anyone want to tip Lal? Lal just tipped Noob.
What?
Do we want to hand it back?
He was in the roll-up. Then
yes, he was.
He was in the roll-up. Then he canceled it. He could have just dodged all that damage.
Yes, he could have, John. He didn't.
This is a little bit strange from both teams. Those are not insignificant mistakes to make on Quest and on Team Spirit. Still favors Team Spirit overall. That leads down to 5k, considering that they killed off Noob and Malik. But losing Laurel does allow some time for Quest to stall out for the respawns here.
Mid lane, Noob's going to TP back in. They've got a Nullify now up on TA 2000. Keep in mind, Yatoro still has about 2 minutes on the Aegis, so feeling confident to try and move back into the Tier 2 tower. Quest, trying to set up. Arrow, gonna fly in. Oh, that's a great arrow!
Oh my god!
That is a great arrow! The Lucent Beam mini-stun holding him down just long enough to take down the Aegis. Yatoro forced the BKB and run, but here comes the chase. Malik, he's in. Yatoro out of HP. He's going to cop the false promise. He'll survive a little bit longer, but he's going to go for the man fight. He needs the thirst regen. Can he get it in time? He'll activate everything trying to survive this, but there's no chance. No chance in hell. That is a very cheeky play from TA 2000 and Omar. That's the coordination we're talking about. These guys are just, they're on the same page every time.
They are. The chase down as well. Perfect timing on the arena right as the BKB fades, understanding that the duration's not that long left in Yatoro. So all of a sudden that tier 2 push, they don't even find the objective in Quest. That's going to be more than enough gold for Noob to find that full Daedalus. They're going to get their own push going. Remember, this is still a Luna draft from Quest. One small mistake, your high ground's going to be under siege.
Bottom lane. Spirit. Oh, they're in trouble, Malik. He's all over the map. Arrow flying in, not gonna land. Mirror gonna be just fine. Just barely. My goodness. Quest.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They're gonna be alright, but the tier 2 bottom tower is now gone. 8k advantage the way of Quest. Team Spirit not out of this game yet, but it is starting to feel a little bit worse for where, as time goes on here, this team is. The draft, does it actually scale better than the Quest draft into the late game is now the question. Carry's gonna find Collapse. Collapse gonna try and move in. Collapse almost taking him down, but there's a tombstone grab again, saving the day for the Undying, as Collapse will be fine to just chain away.
That is an instant D-ward though, but Team Spirit smoking up while they've got vision. They've got information where this fight breaks out. Good forward wards here. Just watching between the tier 2 and tier 3s.
Team Spirit. Gonna move in. Here we go. Tier 2 tower. This time around we'll go up towards the top lane with the smoke, trying to maybe see if they can find TA2000 farming this area. He does reveal himself on the mid creep wave now, so they know he's not around. Mira still hanging around. I thought he might try for some deep wards, but doesn't have any available. Just gonna walk away, seeing if he can find a straggler, but doesn't get so lucky.
Does have still that one ward below the high ground here, giving some good vision. It's not within the sentry range either for Quest, but Quest will smoke up. This is a little bit more blind on their part, only having the one forward ward right down in that bottom area. They might have taken a glimpse of Collapse, but doesn't feel like the big kill they'd really want here.
Waiting Quest, smoke. You'll see Collapse. Not exactly the easiest target to aim down. He still holds on to the cheese and the timber. They are going to back off. It's still a very close game. Like, one team fight could make it the Team Spirit do have the bigger advantage in this game. So Quest cannot afford to throw that away to Team Spirit. Mind you, leaving your turret to farm this long, like, he's going to have a butterfly up very soon. Be a bit of a concern here for TA2000. Thing is, TA2000 is going to have a full Satanic up very soon.
You already have a full Satanic up in Malik as well. Had a lot of regen to play with the Quadra Rebuke up front. Roshan, 40 seconds away until we see that respawn timer. Team Spirit's starting to take position up top to get control here. And Quest, we've got a good smoke angle out, not under any vision. No forward vision here either from Team Spirit on this area.
Moving in, Team Spirit, they are prepped for this fight. It could be a bit rough. TA2000 with the Silver Edge moving in first. If they can find Mirror, it'd be such a good start. In fact, they have, but Noob can't get the damage off in time. Rolling Thunder now from Lyle, but he misses absolutely everyone on the Initiate. Nobody's landing anything yet. Even the Kiss is not landing once onto Mirror. There's an arrow that lands, but nobody's around to capitalize. It's now Omar. He's going to cop a Rupture. He'll leap away with the Guardian Greaves, but it's not going to be enough. The Luna, or rather Mirana, is down. In comes the Eclipse from the Luna. Onto Collapse, but he eats the cheese and walks away. Now a double Earth Spike comes out from Mirror. He lands on Carry and does take him down. As well as yeah, Noob. Noob with the triple kill. Just jumping and cleaning everyone up. He's got the Daedalus. It makes enough sense, John.
They pour everything to just find those first two kills, but Noob's your big issue. Doesn't even matter that the Eclipse comes out a little bit preemptively from TA2000. You need to focus down to Snapfire. You need to stop this output.
Well, he's got it again. He's got the blink up with the little shredder if they want to try and jump in, and there was, what, 2 buybacks committed. Maposhka and Mirror are both back into this. 3v3 scenario. Collapse will move in. No Eclipse to worry about this time. They've still got the Nullifier, but they've caught TA2000 and Mirror immediately just deleted by Noob. My goodness, Collapse trying to run, probably not gonna make it out as the Nullifier does end up landing. They'll at least get the false promise to try and help, but Collapse has been arrowed up by Omar, still trying to chain away, but there is no escape. Even the Tombstone just in the nick of time to ensure the TA2000 will not drop. And Roshan is now open for Quest.
Dude, all those kills, Noob is just a few EXP points away from hitting 25. You cannot sustain that. Like, I was gonna say earlier on, if you just bought Blade Mails here, it might have been enough. And Blade Mail is still actually a pretty good play at this point in the game. Like a Blade Mail on Timbersaw plus maybe your Bloodseeker. You could just have Noob kill himself, but with his own Satanic build up, that he could just immediately buy out if he wants to, it's not gonna be enough at that point. Let's see, a major win for Quest. Just a topsy-turvy team fight up top. Malik getting a really deep chase, popping a BKB early, still finding a decent arena. And no one focusing the snap. Noob just being very patient in backline with that blink. Buys out a full Hex first. wants to insta-give people. And he's got so much damage. Universal type, man. Just buy any item you want. You're gonna have the damage, you're gonna have the crit output. What a hero.
He's in hard. He's a big boy. Refresher shot up as well, so double sight device, double kisses, double little shredder, which seems to be the big one right now. The noob, he can literally just jump in and delete everyone. We might have the opportunity now as Malik. He jumps in with the arena, and now the little shredder mirror, he's already gone. And now the double little shredder. Oh boy, they just disappeared.
That's it.
That's it. That's gotta be it. GG is called. Maplushka's seen enough. Malik and Noob just setting up perfectly, ending the game together. Quest, a convincing 2-0 victory against Team Spirit. Just hitting their timing and